What up, this is Rama Screen covering movies, TV, and entertainment, and here's my review of Netflix's new movie, Good on Paper. Hey, before you watch my review, please subscribe to my channel, press that like button, and ring that bell so you can get notified whenever I post new videos. And if you'd like to help support this channel, please do so at patreon.com/ramascreen. That's patreon.com/ramascreen. Let's rock this. I feel very conflicted on this. On the one hand, I've always considered Eliza Schlesinger to be a very funny comedian, and I'm glad that in her writing her script for this film, she injects some of that as an integral part of her character. In many ways, Good Paper is Eliza's love letter to stand-up, and it's also the embodiment of write what you know. I'm sure you've heard that advice before. Write what you know, write your own material. So in that sense, or on that aspect, I 100% admire Good on Paper. But on the other hand, Eliza's storytelling prowess is not quite there yet, or it's not as solid as her ability to make people laugh from on the stage. While Good on Paper has its charms, for the most part, the script constantly has difficulties finding its footing. Perhaps having characters be this clueless is Eliza's objective, but it doesn't make for an interesting arc. I just feel that something is aching, something is lacking, and Eliza is unable to fill in those gaps. So what it ends up being is a rudderless payback story that halfway through runs out of fuel. Written by Eliza Schlesinger and directed by Kimi Gatewood, in Good on Paper, Eliza plays Andrea Singer, who always puts her stand-up career first, and while dating comes easy, love was not a priority. That is until she meets Dennis, a quirky nerd with disarming charm who coaxes her into letting her guard down. Her best friend Margot is not convinced he's all he seems, and she urges Andrea to embark on a wild goose chase to uncover who Dennis really is. Co-starring Ryan Hansen, Margaret Cho, and Rebecca Rittenhouse. One of the few upsides of Good on Paper is Ryan Hansen in the role of the pathological liar Dennis. Ryan proves once again with this one that he is a remarkably underrated comedic actor that Hollywood often overlooks. As the nerdy and deeply insecure Dennis, Ryan is very committed and very funny in a gullible but shady kind of way. I think Eliza wrote this character Dennis as someone who feels that the world owes him, and Ryan stupendously conveys that through his performance. As I implied earlier, even though the movie runs around like a headless chicken, one thing that Good on Paper brings up that I think is somewhat profound is the differences of expectations between both genders. By that I mean the collision between superficial attraction and the notion of not needing anyone to define oneself. I may be reading too much into it, but it seems that Eliza does want to tackle some of those themes, or at least try to get them across. But unfortunately, it's wrapped in a clutter of scatterbrained mess. Maybe Eliza should have gotten herself a co-writer to help her with polishing some of this film's unrefined parts, and also to add in some more substance, because the story often gets lost in its own ambition to just point out men bad, women good. So sadly, Good on Paper is exactly as advertised. It's only good on paper.